And where did you grow up when you were here?
518 Wiley Avenue.
518 Wiley, so that's that way of the block.
Yeah.
Right. And what do you remember best about being on 518 Wiley?
Just a wonderful place to grow up. We had a massive woods right past us,
Going
which they
going
call
to-
Wiley Woods.
Uh-huh.
We pretty much ran it. We ran everybody out that got in our way. We had better BB guns.
Yeah.
So nobody messed with us.
So there was a
But it was
group
about 2 square blocks of wood.
really?
Yeah, and that was heavy, big, heavy trees, very wooded area.
Okay, was there a group of boys that kind of lived close
Yeah,
together?
we all lived right around it. So the people from over here weren't allowed to
Come into your territory.
No. We were very protected. But it was an interesting place. This was all built. I think all of our parents in my age group, I'm 73, our parents built the houses in the 20s.
Yeah.
So we lived here, walked to school, never saw a school bus.
Right. Those days they
Didn't have school bus.
Well, out in the country maybe, but
Yeah.
certainly
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, we saw them out there. We didn't have buses in Louisiana.
Well, you didn't need them. You just
No.
got up in the morning and walked to school.
Probably one of the more interesting things about this area was that Jake Alexander Boulevard didn't exist.
Yeah.
And I think how to explain that. If you're coming down Lincoln Road,
Okay.
and the road splits just before you get to the Legion building,
Yes.
the road to the right is Milford Hills Drive.
Exactly.
Well, it went all the way through. Jake Alexander didn't even exist.
Right.
And that went all the way out past the big oil tanks that were there and camouflaged in World War II.
Really?
Yeah, they had netting over them and everything
Wow.
because they were afraid to throw them for their bombs. And that went all the way out, and then the road to the left went straight on out from Morton. And the circus came. You know where the Winn-Dixie building? It's not a Winn-Dixie building anymore. Winn-Dixie was in it.
Over here.
There's a church in it
The
now.
church in there. Yes.
That was a field, big farm. It's called Leadridge Pasture. And the Leadridge were at the end of Wiley Avenue
Okay.
that owned the farm.
Uh-huh.
And they would lease part of the farm to the circus
What is to set up?
set up. So that's where the circus set up each year, was in the pasture of Leadridge Farm.
Oh, wow.
And there's a creek out there called Grants Creek. We had a trap line out there. We used to trap animals and
Muskrats, raccoons?
mainly ruskrats. Every once in a while we'd get a beaver.
Really?
We'd sell the skins to seers.
Uh-huh.
That was a real profitable business. I think we got 20 cents a pelt. And then we'd take the money and buy 2 more traps. One day we woke up and realized we don't want to do this anymore. We got 40 traps and we ain't got no money. And nobody would buy the traps.
But was this you and some brothers or just the neighborhood
Just
boys?
friends in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There wasn't much over.
Uh-huh.
Right over in this area is an area called Ridge. The housing development right across the highway.
Right across Mooresville Road over
Yeah,
here?
no, right across this little highway that runs down.
Oh, Mooresville Road?
Yeah, I guess it was
150.
Road.
Yeah, 150.
That was all vacant land. And in retrospect now, and it really drives me crazy because I didn't so stupid I didn't know what I'd gotten into. They were tremendous cuts in the ground. There had been a lot of washout, erosion, and it had to have been a massive Indian burial ground. I found clay pots full of artifacts and stuff.
Oh my word.
And I had no idea where all that stuff went because I had no idea it was of any value. It was too far to haul it home, and we'd put it beside a tree or something, it'd be gone when we got back. We carried some of it. I still had a lot of arrowheads and stuff. But bones. We found not whole human skeletons, but we were probably 8, 9, 10 years old, which is a shame.
It was an archaeological dig, and you didn't even know it.
Well, yeah, the water had washed it out. And so I kid people who lived over there after they built that subdivision on top of it, which was probably the early 60s. Late 50s. I said, y'all sitting on a gold mine out there, but you don't know what. Probably a lot of it would be back there behind that pizza place. It's right on the corner of Jacobs.
Right.
Bunch of red.
Pizza place. The Shell station's on this side.
Yeah, it's the other side.
The other
over
side.
Where the pizza place is.
Going
Back
up.
off in there.
Wow.
Just huge amount of stuff. We find it. We didn't know it was even old. You didn't have TV back in those days.
You didn't have anybody explain it to you or tell you?
Well, the first TV station came on in 1949.
Is that out of Charlotte?
These channels were. That was the first. If you had a TV, that was the first time you could actually watch a program. And there weren't many programs.
No.
Limited.
You know, and then they'd have the test pattern.
Yeah.
So you could watch the test pattern.
And we listened to radio a lot. And he's grinning. Well, he's too young. He's like my kids. My kids all think
Well, what were your favorite radio shows? Which ones do you remember?
I don't really remember the names of a lot of them. There were some mysteries. I don't remember the names of them.
Fibber McGee and Molly, Great Gildersleeve.
Yeah, there's one that's 10 Man. But we got a TV in the 50s, but then there wasn't much. I think Cooper, Fran, and Ollie was the first one.
That's right.
First program I ever remember watching on the television.
And Clarabelle with its little horn. For those of you who don't know, Clarabelle was a clown on this puppet show, Kukla, Fran, Ollie. Okay. And Clarabelle wouldn't say anything, but he'd squeeze his little honker horn, to communicate.
Is this gentleman related to you?
No.
Okay.
Other than his name is Jeff, spelled with a G.
I couldn't sleep from here. I thought they look a little bit alike. I thought maybe
he's my neighbor.
Yeah.
We live side by side, right across the street here.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun listening to these stories and finding out more about the neighborhood.
Well, it was a neat neighborhood. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Not much pressure. Everything was easy.
And we've got a good neighborhood to go to. We're carrying on the tradition.
Yeah. My son lived in the stone house at the end of the block, Dan Dunham.
Yeah.
He and his wife and his horse. My grandchildren.
Right. In fact, they pass out the newsletters for our block.
Ashley.
Yep.
And my two grandchildren. And so this neighborhood holds a lot of good memories.
It sure does. And
It was an easy way to grow up. I feel sorry for the children of today. I worry about it. I've got 15 grandchildren. I worry about what they've got staring at me.
Now let me remind you something, though. As they were doing some, you talk about the archaeology of the Indian stuff that we found here, and digging around inside some of the Egyptian pyramids, which date back, 4000 BC, they ran across, a hieroglyph, and they had to bring in the expert to take a look at it and tell them what it was. And they figured it out. We don't know what's wrong. This younger generation is going to the dogs. 4,000 years ago.
Those exact words.
Good talking to you.
Yeah.